And we're back.
How exciting.
Happy Tuesday to you.
No. Andres, can you bring me something over here?
No way.
Andres, what's
You're
today?
out of control. And by the way, I smelled that. Remember, what did I say? I smelled like ketchup or tomato, and it's a pizza. I have the nose of a bloodhound. Ladies and gentlemen, Grant Miller is, let me tell you, he's special. Today is also National Pepperoni Pizza Day, and look at this beautiful pepperoni pizza. Tell us a little bit about it. Where is it from?
Where did we get it, Andres? You know, I usually go big cheese.
I love big cheese.
Big cheese.
By the way, you told Erica on my staff that Big Cheese used to be a funeral home.
Yes, it was.
And I never knew that. And now I'm a little weirded out about that.
It was not a funeral home. It was a funeral home, but they did not cremate anybody there. It was just a viewing.
But there were dead bodies in there.
So what? There's dead bodies everywhere. But
just the people you're currently dating.
But I had to order this from
the Power Pizza.
Power Pizza, EJ.
Hi, EJ. Thank you.
He's the best of the best, locally owned.
Oh yeah.
He has a couple locations. EJ.
I can't remember the last time I had a piece of pizza.
Me neither. Yesterday.
Oh my gosh. And it's delightful. Are you putting it on our script?
Andres, can you bring some napkins?
The thing is, when I came in here, I'm like, I smell something. It's like tomatoey, ketchupy.
All right. So, what do we got today? National Pepperoni Day, Professional Day, Fried Rice Day, String Cheese Day, National Voter Registration Day, National Punch Day, National Care for Kids Day.
Oh, yeah. Big day. When we were together last week, that day also had a lot of things. We had National Cheeseburger Day, and you brought me a great burger. And, I think that, September is ramping up, back to school. And we're about, 5 weeks in? And it feels great.
Okay, so you had a luncheon today.
We had a great luncheon. And I want to congratulate Flavia, our Women's Business Network Luncheon Committee Chair. Of course, Erica and all of the committee members. They had a really great discussion on small business, SBA loans. Althea Harris was there along with Ludmila Esquerdo from U.S. Century Bank, celebrating 20 years this year. One of the things that's really amazing about the Women's Luncheon, I say this with all sincerity, is that women, they network differently. They want a little longer time. They want more time to be in fellowship with one another. And women are decision makers. They make decisions about the household. When they're the leaders in the business, they make decisions about the business. Bosses like me go to trusted advisors, many of whom are women, and say, talk to me about this. Am I reading this the right way?
And you just had a great leader.
We did. And I got to sit next to Anna. First of all, I've worked with 17 chairs, I think now, 17 or 18. It started with Gail Bainbridge and all the way through now, obviously, Thad. And, all of them are different, but I'm the longest serving chamber president of our chamber. So I've worked with obviously the most chairs as well. So from somebody in my perspective, you have to be very nimble, chameleon-like, and able to, navigate different personalities, work styles, priorities, etc. So like today, when I got back from the women's lunch, Thad had sent me an email about 7 or 8 things. And I said, all right, but how do you want to parse this out? Here's my thoughts on this, and this. What do you think about this? And I'm not sure exactly what this is. And you want to have that open line of communication because the chair has a full-time plus job, plus they're being our chair. But, Anna was just the right person for the right time. We were sort of coming out of COVID, but we had some setbacks with her conference and some of our programming. But she never let it, frustrate her. It's exactly why I said to our leadership years ago, we need to keep an eye on this person. I think I've done a pretty good job working with our volunteers to help identify really great talent. Who's the next chairman
after Thad?
After Thad, it's Sarah Hernandez, who's terrific. Oh. I talked to her earlier this morning about a project. And then Addis Carilla from FPL after her. So our pipeline goes out 4 years that we're identifying talent.
The lady from FPL, her husband used to run the port, right?
He did. Juan.
So you got women lined in line.
We've got, yeah, that would be correct. We've got what, 2 women after that. So yeah.
Speaking about women, yesterday I interviewed the Student Government Association of Miami-Dade Kendall branch.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's 4 elected positions. Yes, you're right. All are women.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I think women aspire to serve and lead, and those opportunities are wide open as they should be. There was a time when you never saw, you look at old yearbooks, there were no women in the leadership. And it wasn't because it was an all women's or all men's school. It was the way things worked. And so what I really like is that our chamber is the same way. Our executive committee is probably 75% women, 25% men. Our board is maybe not quite as significant, but our membership is a lot of very active women who are in senior roles, you know, leader roles, you name it. What, you're plowing through that like it's coffee ice cream.
Well, you're not eating your pizza, so.
Yeah, but I'm talking. See, I eat mine. I curl it up. Do you do that?
Yeah, of course. Of course. This is good pizza.
Excellent. EJ, good job.
EJ, locally owned, Power Pizza, gives back to the community. Huge.
Is it in the Gables?
Yeah, off of Sunset and Red.
Oh,
It has one downtown, I think. It has one in Pinecrest. Okay, so trustee reception, was that last week?
Yep.
How was it? It was in the Mayfair. New hotel.
Beautiful new hotel that opened the next day. Pardon my talking.
Wait, you opened it. You were there the day before it opened. Wow.
No, they had a soft opening, but and we had Jennifer Marr, who used to be on our team, welcome us. They're new trustees of ours. We also had Lucy Martin, the GM, was there and spoke.
Okay.
Great group of people.
But and I also saw on your feed next week you have Belmont speaking.
We do Belmont Village. Patricia Will, who founded Belmont, which is senior living. She spoke a number of years ago to our chamber and was a big hit. I think for several reasons. One, we all think about aging and this concept of aging in place and being in beautiful surroundings when you're ready to maybe leave a larger home, empty nesters. But you also want to have the benefit of, you know, if I need somebody to come in and, you know, help me with cooking or cleaning or, you know, maybe some healthcare needs.
That's why we're going to be roomies.
Yes, I see the very near future of me changing your diaper.
That'll be exciting.
Did you ever make a pact with anybody about that? That like, you know, if we get to a certain point, we're just going to live together. I think if that were me, it's probably my friend Denise. You know, we're similar in age. I'm 54. She's 50.
Well, when I
both perennially single.
Well, when that happens, I'm going to build a little cubby hole in this office. I'm living here. So when Michael comes in at 7:00 in the morning, I'll be here. When he leaves, I'll be here. When he gets back, it's
Do you have shower facilities?
Yes, sir. 2 showers.
Very nice. Do you have an appropriately comfortable bed?
Of course.
All right.
As
you get older, sleep is more and more important to you.
I have sleep apnea.
Part of your health. So do I. Do you wear your CPAP?
Yep. But my dentist told me he's going to sell me a thing that goes in the mouth.
Yes. There are some more unobtrusive CPAPs because yours probably covers your nose.
And
which is the more traditional.
It gives me bags in my eyes.
It does. Listen, CPAP is forcing forcing air, you know, through a thick neck in my case. And so, you know, that's not typically how
easy.
It works. But, you know, I've been on my CPAP now 20 years. And
me too.
I sleep so nice.
So I said to my doctor, is there surgery for it? He says, yeah,
there is.
I give you the surgery. He says, but you can still die if you stop breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me, lose 40 pounds and come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I lost 5. So I changed doctors. Okay.
I love that you're working out new material here on our show.
Right. I try it all. So it's National Park Day Open House. What is that? I'm waiting for you to.
So last Friday was parking day.
I'm waiting for you to have another slice. So I only want to be one ahead of you.
Eat.
I'm 2 ahead
last
of you.
Last week was National Parking Day, which is
I'm Andres, you want some?
which is an initiative where you repurpose parking spaces into green space.
And you did that in your front of your
in
building.
front of our building at 201 Alhambra. We've done it every year that the program has existed. We've participated. So we've done a dog park. We've done, all types of different themes. This year we just did it as a open house because it coincided with our 2-year anniversary. So the staff set up these oversized games, like a big Jenga and a big, with cornhole and like 4 or 5 games. It was pretty warm. And then we had 2 great members, Cafe Grumpy, come and do iced coffees.
Right.
And Dora's gluten-free did these wonderful different desserts. So you had red velvet, you had these amazing pavlovas, really amazing.
I'm just jumping around. You had breakfast or lunch with the new boss at the country club.
Yeah, Candy and I had breakfast today.
But where did she work before?
She was at the Biltmore, and she worked with a lot of the high-end clients through the club, which was previously called the Cellar Club. And Candy's a real Gableite, and it's a great get for the city of Coral Gables.
She grew up in Gables, right?
Because they know her, and she knows the community. And a lot of the members of the country club, whether they're members of the gym or the club itself, they're all Coral Gables. And so having a familiar face that they know and trust, very important. So, I got a tour today also of the facility. They're getting pretty close to being ready. They've had some smaller events, but the ballroom is beautiful. They were in there today sanding the floors.
Is it wooden floors?
Yeah, beautiful.
New wood or old wood?
I don't know that. I feel like they had to probably replace some of the planks just for wear and tear. The previous vendor had been there for a decade. And so, let's say you're in that ballroom even once a week. You're now in there 500 times. People scuffing their chairs, moving tables, dropping food, drink. I mean, I've been to enough galas events there, along with awards programs and events we've hosted, that I probably know every nook and cranny in there. So it's great because, the city floated the idea of taking on the management of it. And I think a lot of people were like, one more thing. But, Fred and Carolina and the team at Parks went and found somebody like Candy. And I think that's really great.
Well, she has the track record. So good luck.
Absolutely. And, today we talked about 4 things, our relationship, because obviously that has stalled in the relationship that the chamber had with them. I think it would be great to introduce them to Books and Books, because that's a great venue. You can scale it. You can do big size, small size, medium, and anything in between. Because I think she said their ballroom can hold up to like 800, which is incredible.
You had some events up to 500 in there.
I would say maybe 4. We did, our Businesswoman of the Year luncheon
a couple years ago. Yeah.
Diamond Awards we did it. We did a big expo there many years ago for our small businesses, which was really great. And I told her, I said, we'll bring some things back. It's going to be more of a rental facility versus a full service. So it gives you some flexibility if you want to bring in, like Sushi Maki to cater it. You'll have the ability to do that.
Well, of course, she's
locally owned. A certified vendor.
They have to be certified.
Yeah, just make sure they have the appropriate insurance requirements and bonded. So, we talked about that. She wants to bring back some of the old programming. The country club's older than the city. Country club's 100 years old this year. The city's 100 years old in 3 years. So that's pretty cool.
So Mr. Merritt built the country club before?
He did. It was the first public-facing building in the city. And they did some land sales out of there as well early on. But it was the first public building.
That's pretty cool.
I think it's really cool. So on my tour today, my big takeaways were that the cities had to put a lot of money into it. The previous operators maybe didn't do everything that, they needed to do. And, an old historic facility, and it's not designated historic, but an old facility like that's 100 years old needs extra love.
What's the restaurant in front of Victor?
The restaurant in front?
Yeah.
So like where you get the gelato and stuff, it's called Le Parc.
Le Parc.
Le Parc.
Le Parc.
And it's run by Marwan, his wife, his parents. They have the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever eaten in the city. And
do they make them there?
Yeah. The dad makes them.
Wait.
Pop.
You know them. I go to.
They're Cameroonian and French, I think.
Okay.
Or no. Cameroonian, which is a French, at the time, colony, and Canadian, maybe.
I've had 3 slices. Come on, Mark. I have one more.
I'd like you to show America your script, which you're having double as a plate, ladies and germs.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, Canada.
Okay.
Now let me ask all of our one viewer. If we did this show where I sat in Grant's seat and he sat in my seat and we channeled each other, where I played Grant Miller and you played Mark Trowbridge, would you guys like that? Would you watch that?
George,
We
what do you
want to
think?
hear from America.
Okay, so let's get on to the next thing. You got so many things to go on. You got the
So many things. Oktoberfest started.
Really?
Yes. You know,
Where?
I went and helped open Oktoberfest at Bay 13 last Saturday.
Thanks for the invite.
I told you about it, and then I was wearing a little lederhosen outfit. Didn't you see the picture?
What?
The German uniform for Oktoberfest, lederhosen. Andres, can we find that picture on our chamber Instagram page, please?
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Thank you. It'll be under Gables Chamber.
Okay, Biltmore Tour.
And while I was there, another one of our members was doing a very cool program, terrarium making. Our friend Erica DeRoche. There it is. Now you tell me that that's not a gorgeous picture.
Who's the stud next to you?
I think that's the chef. So that's a specialty stein they made for Oktoberfest.
Where'd you buy that outfit?
I bought it. I think I got it online. Do you think it makes me? You think
Put
it's
it back
slimming?
on.
You think it's slimming?
When you put that back on, I want to see. Oh, you look like a beast. Andres, doesn't he look like a beast?
I think it's kind of slimming. I had several people say, "My goodness, you looked great." Just another mat. So I'm just looking at this. So Andres, just take it up just a tiny bit. So in the first slide, I think that's our impact seminar for tomorrow. The second slide there is a special event being hosted by one of our great restaurant members, Tour Kitchen. Oh, go back up again, please. Monday, we always do a motivational moment.
Okay.
That's the opening of Crudo's Art House, which we did last Friday. And I'm surrounded by Commissioner Rhonda Anderson, a couple of geishas,
Okay, and
the ownership.
Who's the guys to the left? Who's the woman in the red?
The woman is the designer, and the two guys to the left are the owners, operators.
Wow.
They're Colombian.
All right, so we had Lady Gaga. Did you go?
I did go.
With who?
I'm with my friend Denise. Thank you very much, Allison.
Wait.
From DCC, who invited me to join her.
Where was Lady Gaga? It rained, I heard.
It did. Can I tell you?
Was that
it was at the Hard Rock. And
the Hard Rock base football stadium.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, big crowd.
And you were in a box.
Now I've seen Lady. I was. We were in a suite hosted by the DCC.
Who's DCC?
Dolphins Challenge Cancer, which Allison Mulder runs.
Allison, thank you for the invite.
Thank you, Allison. So I was there with Denise. And first of all, I love Lady Gaga. First of all, I think she's a true talent. But Andres, if you go to Lady Gaga's page, she posts this very tearful apology because she had to stop on song 18.
How many more songs were there?
There were probably 5 more. There it is. It's that middle one, Andres, where she's holding, 6.7 million people watched her apologize to the Miami crowd. She's backstage. She still got her earbud in. You see it there hanging?
Wow.
Because the lightning was so bad. She waited till 2 a.m. So from 11 to 2, the crowd waited. We did not wait.
Was it crazy? Or people
wore, no, they were very well behaved.
No, before 11. Was it just chanting Lady Gaga? Were they crazy over?
Yeah, I think they sing along. I think, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm not an artist.
You are.
But I would say if you wrote a song and then you play that song to, let's say, 75,000 people, and then you stop singing and the crowd keeps singing.
It's beautiful.
That has to be the biggest adrenaline rush ever. Because they're singing your song. They know every word. They know every beat. They know everything. And they're absolutely in love with, her.
So I told you I was not a big fan of her until she was in Star Was Born.
Star is Born.
And
she was also great in the Gucci movie. And she's doing a lot more. Movie. Yeah, she played the wife of.
I didn't see that movie. But she was just, wow.
What's your favorite? You have a favorite song?
No, tell me what your favorite song is.
Born This Way. I know we can't play it because she'll sue us.
Yeah, well.
But it really is about living your true, authentic life.
And she does.
And I think her fans do. And it's a reminder that, that is the greatest joy in life is being you.
Well, I'm a big fan of her. If I knew Allison, next time if Mark doesn't go, I'll go.
Do you know any songs? How about Telephone that she did with Beyonce?
No, can you sing it?
No, I don't know that one as well. But I think she opened with Poker Face. Da da dun 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 da 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 dun 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 dun. Poker Face.
Oh.
Da 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 da.
All right.
So
Every seat was taken.
Oh yeah, there wasn't a seat in the house, and there were thousands of seats on the floor. Now, had it not been a lightning problem, I think they would have carried on the last 5 songs or so because, she's played in the rain before.
Right. She was probably.
And she didn't get to play that song called Rain on Me because that was going to be her last song, but it rained on her.
Okay, let's move on.
But she really, I think she was truly emotional that she couldn't finish the show. And it was the last show of the tour. She added Miami to close here, and then
it happens.
It happened.
Okay, let's talk about something really important. Gators win.
Oof.
UM loses.
Well, the Gators barely won that game. We needed a pick. Played USF, which, is probably in the state of Florida the 5th best team. So I think, you've got Florida State, Florida, and Miami all
bunched together.
In the upper echelon. And then you've got UCF, and then I don't think FAU and FIU are having great years. I don't think Bethune-Cookman is. But Miami got exposed because they played 2 very crappy teams and then had to go on the road against a
well-coached team.
A well-coached team, and they got exposed. They couldn't even score a touchdown. A lot of Hurricane fans went out there to see you play. A lot, because I saw their pictures. And nobody then wants to get on a plane and fly back 3 hours and be all mopey.
I will never forget when I went to the Sugar Bowl. We were favored to beat Alabama.
Oof, and 92.
And Alabama whooped us so bad. It was the longest.
And they became national champions. It was Gene Stallings. And what was the most embarrassing play in that? They still show it today. Lamar.
And what's the defensive back?
Getting stripped as he was showboating to the end zone when they were down 35.
Right.
What was his name?
Starts with a T. I have the picture in my own house.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
That was
the longest flight back.
Jackass move.
That was sad coming back.
So I just started working at UM, and UM is great.
What did you do at UM?
They are super confident. I was director of student activities. They were super confident because Alabama was Gene Stallings. They had just beaten us beaten Florida in the SEC championship game. So we were winning the whole game. And then, Shane Matthews backed up to our 5-yard line, rolls. He rolls to the left. No, he rolls right. And he floats a ball. Antonio Langham picks it off, pick 6. They beat us by 4.
All right, let's talk.
I'm not over that yet. So, of course, we always root for the SEC. But I remember one of my colleagues threw a big party because they expected, and everybody expected, Miami to roll over Alabama, and they got crushed. What was the score in that game?
38-7, I think.
1992 Sugar Bowl National Championship. What's that guy's name? Lamar. It's super skinny legs.
92.
It was a 93 Sugar Bowl, though. He's right, because it was January 1.
There it is. What was the score?
34-13.
I was close.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about something next. I want to see. How about them Dolphins?
So, we're working on our book club right now, and there's a new book out called, 17 and 0 by a guy, local author, journalist, John Mitchell. I can't think of his first name. He's got 3 names. And we're probably going to have him do our book club, right? So we're really excited. But, there's still not been another perfect season. There was a close one.
Right.
But no perfect season since then. And, pretty cool.
Dolphins came back.
So my biggest takeaways were don't leave Tom's early because we're down by 21.
So you went to Tom's.
I went to Tom's. That's my neighborhood sports bar with my nephew because his wife was out of town. And
you didn't ask Marco to come with you?
I love Marco, but trying to get Marco to do anything on the weekend with 2 teenage kids and,
It's tough.
his wife, there's always stuff that's get in the way. So I have to tell Marco he's like my Monday through Thursday friend.
Wow.
I know that hurts his feelings, but
That's right. Biltmore, what's happening with that? The tour?
tour is sold out for Saturday. We're working with Dade Heritage Trust. Thank you, Chris Rupp, Patrick Alexander. And we realized we needed some tours that were inside because it's hot and rainy.
But Biltmore, we all go there.
Yes.
And you run in, you run out.
Yes. You
And
don't have an appreciation for. So, they used to do these tours, but they stopped doing them years ago. So
What, don't they do ghost stories?
No, they don't. I don't think they like to. They like to promote that. First of all, I don't know if it's really true.
It's
There
true.
are people who claim they have seen apparitions or felt the temperature suddenly be cold, or that they've looked up and they've seen something, or they think someone's watching them.
Andres, do you believe our producer?
Andres believes in ghosts.
Andres, does community newspaper house ghosts? See?
Here in the office?
Yeah.
And you want to live here now?
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to rattle the chains like Jacob Marley?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're super excited. Matthias, Tom, Gene, thank you for saying yes, allowing us to come back. So we're going to probably do that once or twice a year. It's sold out like that.
And how many people? 20?
25, because that's the limit. You don't want to be
You
traipsing through the hotel.
No, but plus you want to be able to interact
and
with
we do it at 11 because it's kind of in that sweet spot between checkout and check-in.
No, but you want a small group so you could ask questions.
Sure. Well, we're looking forward to it. Devin and I think Haley are going to be overseeing that for our team. And then our walking tours resume with Sarah Artacona, October 29th.
Where's that walking tour?
That walking tour is our office, down Alhambra, to Miracle Mile back, some of the historic buildings. It's really an architectural focus tour, but it does give you the history of the city because, Sarah Artacona is like a 3rd or 4th or 5th generation Gableite. So she can also tell you the story.
Her
of
mother was a
growing up.
famous judge.
Very famous, Lenore Nesbitt.
And then
She handled the McDuffie trial.
And then before that,
Then she was a federal judge appointed by Ronald Reagan.
no, but I'm saying, and her parents were Gablites.
Yes.
Her
And then
grandparents.
I think her grandfather came from Key West, but that was on her mother's side. And he was a Carrero.
What's that mean?
That was his last name.
But it's interesting. We look at Coral Gables and then we look outside of it, like on the other side of Red Road, where you see these poles, these cement pillars. Why were they built there? It's like it's something to do with the Gables.
Could be. Probably not for a good reason either.
Sarah, I'm going to ask you those questions later.
Sarah, get ready. October 29th.
I just want you to know we talked about the breakfast. What about the impact? We talked about the
We
impact.
didn't talk about the breakfast.
Coming up next week.
It's Thursday.
This Thursday?
Yes.
September 28th? No.
22nd.
22nd, is it?
Yes.
I thought it was the 28th.
So today was the women's lunch. We had about 60 great folks there. Thank you to U.S. Century Bank for sponsoring. Tomorrow we're doing a program with our good friends from the Ritz-Carlton
the new
on
one.
setting the standard. And Veronica Mahano and many of her team members are going to be talking with our restaurateurs and retailers about outstanding customer service. And then Thursday is the breakfast. 230 people sold out. We're really excited about that. That's the mayor's state of the city address.
Oh, right. I was talking about Belmont
Oh, that's a luncheon.
luncheon.
Friday is Cafe Con Chamber at Pura Vida on Miracle Mile.
So the mayor's speaking this Thursday, huh?
Yes. And then we've got the sold out tour. We've got 5
Sold out.
events in 6 days of this week.
God,
Busy bee. But you
Busy.
know what? I'm excited about that because people are desirous of being in each other's company and being engaged and being together. And our chamber has always been known, I think, for putting on some of the best events in town.
there's no question.
And we're glad to be kind of feeling like normal again.
Speak about engaged. Because
Are you making an announcement about the two of us?
later.
Oh.
But speaking of engaged, I did exactly what you told me to do. Flu, COVID, same day. Bam!
How are you feeling?
Last Friday.
Right, but how are you feeling?
I had a little bump on my arm. That's it.
From the COVID.
I don't even remember which one.
So the flu shot makes me tired, and I did feel a little bit of fatigue,
I
but I did it on a Sunday afternoon.
Sunday?
Yep,
I
at
did mine on
Walgreens,
Friday.
and then I went home and just rested the rest of the
I
day
did it on
before I
Friday.
went to a dinner.
I went Friday, both arms.
The COVID one has always provided some discomfort in my arm, a little bit of soreness, but I got through it. And then I did a second monkeypox shot yesterday. The only thing I have left is, I guess, shingles.
I got to do shingles.
But I'm not old enough yet.
Oh, really?
You have to be 55.
And how old are you again?
54.
When
I'm sure they'll let me slip through, but.
And when do you turn 55?
Not for almost a year, not till May.
Busy schedule.
Yeah, that's 9 months from now.
No, like you got so many things.
I feel like there's so many, things floating around in my bloodstream. I feel very bionic.
I know.
Makes me want to do
when they turn the lights off, I glow.
When the lights go down in the city. Why did they turn the lights out?
No, when you turn the light, I have so much medicine in my body.
Oh, that you're radioactive.
Yeah.
Well, I think that it's good that you're doing that, and I'm going to encourage everybody. I'm hearing now that maybe you want to wait a little bit on the flu shot because you're still kind of tinkering
the flu or the
with
COVID
the
shot?
formula. The flu.
Too late.
I'm too late for me too, but they're tinkering a little bit with it, and I think it's going to be like COVID.
But
you want to get those together on an annual basis. You might need COVID twice a year, but it's super easy to get the appointment. I remember the early days, how hard everything was.
I called Marco Drugs. Excuse me. I called. They said, go to the computer. Boom, boom, boom. Time, slot. I showed up.
Marco did my third shot. Now I've had 5 shots.
I had 4.
As soon as I'm eligible for anything, I want everything.
It is. I feel empowered.
Yeah. So again, the goals of those things are if you do get exposed that, you will not be ill or mildly ill. I think the same thing is for the flu shot too, with this strain. If you get feeling a little bit yucky, then, it won't last 3 or 4 days. It maybe last a day.
Because I'm older, 65, they give you a more powerful flu shot.
They do?
Yes.
A booster flu?
Yeah.
How do you know? Did they tell you?
Yes.
Where do they put it?
Where they shoot it? In my arm.
Think
you shot somewhere else?
No, but I'm thinking if you're getting an extra boost, you might need some more surface area.
Wow. You hear that, Andres? Are you awake?
Is anybody writing us?
Nope. Nobody's writing us today. Nobody loves us. This afternoon, they'll start writing us. So you're going away in November. Where are you going? You going on vacation again?
No, November is going to be my annual boys' weekend with my nephew. We didn't do that this summer because he had started a new job, and then he had a 2.5-3 week trip where he needed a lot of his vacation time. But he just told me last night, "Oh, I still got 2 weeks to burn." I'm like, "You told me."
Okay, so where are you going to go?
All your time. We're going to Nashville in November. So for the last 13 years. I've had Winston Churchill. And,
did he pass?
He did not pass, but he will
soon.
He's not eating as much as he used to, and I can tell he's
tired,
very thin and very tired and very cranky. True story. Yesterday, I got up extra early to watch the Queen's funeral, so I got up at 5.
I watched it too,
and so I'm like, all right, let me get the TV on, and so once I'm up, he's up. So, I, in the morning, a lot of times I'll open the back door and let him go hang out, get some fresh air. But that's usually only for, 10 minutes. And then I'll come out. Oh, no, he'll come back in. But I realize, he's struggling a little bit to come up the stairwell. So, in the front, I pick him up. But the back stairs aren't as hard to navigate. But at 6 o'clock, when I get out of the shower, I realize he hasn't come back in. So I go outside and I'm like, come on. He wasn't there, and the back gate was open. I don't know how. I'm like, oh no. So I throw on clothes and I get in my car, and for the next 45 minutes I'm driving through the neighborhood. Can't find him. So I'm super upset because I'm like, is this how it's gonna end?
Some dogs do that.
He's gonna wander off and die.
Some dogs,
they do, and that happened with my lab.
But they know that.
I know, but not English bulldogs, because they want you to mourn appropriately.
Right, like the Queen.
They're very erudite, right? So I come back and he's in the house.
How'd he get in the house?
He got up the stairs on his own, and I had left the back door open. He never left. He was in the house the whole time. And I think to myself, and I don't have children, so
Yes, you
maybe
do.
it's
The bulldog.
unfair to equate, but it's like he is a child. You have to feed him and walk him and water him and
That's what
speak to him.
That's what your mother says about you.
I know. 13 and 11 months is his age. I mean, he's almost 14. So I just noticed this morning that he had not, eaten his dinner last night. So I don't know if he overdid himself by being in the yard an extra hour.
Would have been a little stressful.
But, I know when dogs, take their food intake, you have to keep an eye on them because he may just pass very quietly. But he's been great. But I've already decided that, right after he passes, I'm leaving for a few days, because I don't want to be in the house alone.
Do you want me to come over?
You can come over, but he's been there with me for 14 years.
Is that what you're asking me to come over?
That is my long way of inviting you over. Like when I told you I had a new mattress, and you're like, why are you telling me that? I'm like, I don't know. It's something interesting. When they came to change the mattress, I told you that they saw the bed and they put on gloves. And they took it out of the house and burned it in my yard. Didn't even bother to think about recycling it or whatever.
So losing a pet is just so emotional.
Yeah, I mean, we lost obviously a dog when I was growing up, but I was very young, and so I don't remember a whole lot other than.
But the dog was shared among the family.
Yeah, it was a family dog, but I didn't understand where was his body. You're a kid. I was maybe 10, 9, so I was like, where is his body? And my brother's like, we buried him in the yard. I'm like, that's so Ohio. And then when I had famous Amos, he passed, just one night, very quietly. He went and hid.
The dogs do
and
that.
I found him.
They get away from the house and they die.
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
and then Winston's right there at the end. But what a great life. I mean, most bulldogs, 9, 8.
Yeah, but he lived with
14.
You.
He was a cover boy. He was
the king of the house.
He's the king of everything.
And he's the king of the house.
He is the king of everything. So, but I'll let you know.
And he was on the cover of Gables magazine.
That's right, cover boy. We will also observe, because he's an English royalty bulldog, with Sir Winston Churchill, 10 days of mourning.
We're going to mourn?
10 days.
Just remember.
Maybe 9. The Queen deserves
if there's
an
a
extra
commission,
day.
if there's a Core Gables.
But he's older than the Queen.
If there's a Core Gables meeting, chamber meeting, I'm running up to the mic and ask everybody to bow their heads.
For a moment of silence.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm going to be very emotional because we've been together so long, but I'm just.
Is that your longest affair? Relationship?
Oh, absolutely. Because famous Amos was 12 when he passed. And, most of my other relationships, maybe the longest one was 5 or 6 years.
Or a day.
An hour. You and I speak the same language. I think you know that.
Okay,
so be careful.
So let's wrap this up. It's a great.
I know Andres is so over it. He's like, good griefus.
All right, listen. A lot of great things are happening to Core Gables Chamber. It's really exciting. The mayor's coming to give his speech.
He is. We're very blessed, and I want to thank the mayor especially because there are people out there who say he should give that speech in a different venue, that it shouldn't be at the chamber. Well, first of all, it's a 20-plus year tradition. Secondly, he's really speaking to the business community.
But doesn't he do the same speech at the commission meeting?
I mean, he'll speak about it in pieces, but this is a 20-minute
But in the rule of thumb is
presentation.
I'm sure if you spoke to the local newspaper, we could publish it or put it online.
Oh, we've done all of that. They'll film it and they'll release it and they'll live stream it.
That's all that matters.
But if you're a resident of Coral Gables and the breakfast is already sold out, but if you want to come, we're setting up 25 chairs for the community. So if you want to come and hear it live, I would be there no later than 8:15 a.m. and we'll have 20 seats available in the back of the room.
But it's live right then.
Yeah, you can live stream it too.
All right. So the mayor's doing everything possible.
We came up with that. And thanks to Martha Pantene and her team, they've been very creative, very generous. They're helping us pick up some of the extra AV costs, because there are more costs when you're streaming it like that. Right.
But it's important. The mayor is very accessible to people in Core Gables.
Oh, 100%. His message will be very focused on the business community. But, I'm thrilled to get 230 people to come.
He's a celebrity.
He is. I'm a D-lister. He's an A-lister.
And what am I, a G?
I don't think they've invented that letter. It might be from the Greek alphabet. Iota.
Andres, can we blink that one out later? Sorry to wake you up. Andres is in the middle of a movie.
What are you watching, Andres? Are your socks with minions on them?
These socks have avocados on them.
Oh, avocados.
Okay.
I thought they were minions. I'm
All
not
right.
wearing my glasses.
Let's do a wrap. Let's do a wrap up.
So we're, 3 weeks into the month. We're focused on sales. We're focused on these events this week. And of course, we're focused on you, our members. And like I said, what a glorious day to be together today with over 60 of our members at our women's lunch. Thank you, Althea Harris. Thank you, Ludmila Esquerdo and U.S. Century Bank. Thank you to the SBA and, of course, to our wonderful friends at the Hyatt. Tomorrow's a great impact. If you think you want to bring your team and learn a little bit more about, top-notch customer service, it's always great for a brush-up. A lot of front-of-house people are new. A lot of back-office people are new. But everybody can learn how to be a better communicator and a better welcomer and a better customer care specialist. You send me an email that you heard this today, and I will invite you as my guest. That's tomorrow, 4 p.m. at Morton's, followed by Morton's Happy Hour, which includes great food and wine. No matter what, your chambers are here, whether it's us or another, to support you and your business. We don't just talk about shopping local. We live that dream. We live that mantra. And we work every single day to advance the business community, create an environment second to none in the City Beautiful. It's an honor and a privilege to serve as your president. Join a chamber, make big things happen.
Have a great day.